guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. I feel like this video might receive some views from people who haven't watched my videos before, and I firstly just want to give a little background. I am a mom of a 3-year-old, almost 3-year-old, and I'm currently pregnant with my second child. This is my third pregnancy, second baby, and we haven't done much videos surrounding pregnancy this time around just because life's been crazy, and we're going to get into that. But I wanted to chat a little bit more about things in my second pregnancy that I didn't really expect versus my first pregnancy type of thing. It's still crazy to me that I'm going to have another child, but I just wanted to kind of make this video and share my thoughts and everything because they haven't always been super positive, which is very different from when I was pregnant with my daughter. And I felt kind of alone in that until I started talking to other moms and realized that second pregnancy is just different than the first, and that's okay. So let's just hop into it, let's chat about it, and we'll get into all the details. Okay, so just for reference, we are 33 weeks. So I am fully into my third trimester now. I've gone through all the trimesters. Obviously, we haven't gone through labor or anything like that yet, again. But yeah, let's just hop in. Let's talk about it. If you relate to any of these, just know that they come and go. And just talking to other moms or talking to someone is super helpful. That's definitely what helped me. But anyways, I made a little list because I am a mother and I am pregnant, so the brain doesn't always work. So I kind of just did these randomly as they came to my head. But the first thing that I thought of that I didn't really expect was that time would be a difficult thing for me. Pretty much this whole pregnancy, I felt like time is just flying by and there's not enough time to do everything, and I've just been like really stressing about time. I wanted to embrace my pregnancy and enjoy it and just take all the photos and do all the things like I did with my first daughter, and it's really difficult when you already have a child and you're trying to do all of those things. I was also pregnant during COVID, so I feel like that really gave me a lot of time to be able to do these things. There wasn't much going on. We weren't traveling, anything like that. That has definitely been a difficulty for me and something I didn't expect to really be an issue. I've been really struggling with just like timing of everything, and I'm feeling like now that I'm closer to the end, getting a little more stressed with time just because I want to cherish the time with Mia. I also want to do all the things for baby, and also we have to get like the room ready and all of that. And 34 weeks, 33 weeks seems very close to the end in my mind. That's been kind of crazy. And then with all the other things like birthdays, weddings, bridal showers, baby showers, just all the things adding up, it's definitely stressful. But something that I've been trying to do is just kind of like take it day by day. If I'm tired, you know what, I'm just gonna rest and we'll just get to it tomorrow, and prioritize different things. And I've spoken to other moms who are also pregnant and they're feeling the same way. Just like second baby, it's hard to be on top of these things or like plan ahead when you have a toddler and you're trying to entertain them, watch them, cherish the time with them as the only child. So it's definitely difficult, but I feel like hearing that you're not the only person struggling with that kind of helps. And as we're getting closer to the end, I'm really trying to cherish it a little bit more. So yeah, timing has been a little bit difficult, but I think we're managing pretty well. And I'm just trying to focus on the fact that, you know, we have a beautiful baby in here, we have a beautiful daughter, and everything will work out as it should. And we don't really need to be rushing. Although I feel like I need to do all these things and rush. I just need to make a list and deal with it that way, and I feel like I'll be good. Something that hit me pretty hard with this pregnancy was, I don't want to say it wasn't diagnosed, but I had never really experienced this with my daughter or heard many people talk about it, and that is pregnancy depression. I don't know if that's what it was. Pretty much I was very irritable, which obviously your moods go up and down, but I was very irritable. I would cry a lot. And I just like wasn't in a really good headspace. I wasn't super happy. and this pregnancy was planned. This is what we wanted before I got pregnant. Like, all I wanted was to be pregnant because we had had a miscarriage previously. So I was kind of like confused as to why I would be almost like not happy, although I was happy I was pregnant. With my first pregnancy, I feel like everyone was like, oh my gosh, let me help you, let me do this, let me do that. Whereas like this time around, it was a little bit different. I had a toddler and I just felt like I wasn't really receiving the help that I needed. So I was feeling very overwhelmed, irritable, and just, yeah, like sad overall. But I was feeling really irritable and guilty that I was irritable. I was happy to be pregnant and I wanted to enjoy this time with my daughter, and then I would get so irritated with like everything. Like, I just felt really overstimulated and stressed. I don't know, but like not for any particular reasons. I couldn't really like express why I was feeling this way. So I felt really guilty towards my daughter and my husband because couldn't be like the happy pregnant mom that I wanted to be. So that was really difficult on me mentally. So that's why I was really happy that today's video is sponsored by BetterHelp, and I just feel like it ties into this video really well. So I wanted to offer that to you guys if you need any assistance in that department, if you just don't have people to reach out to or you don't feel comfortable doing that. BetterHelp is definitely here for you. And I have a link down below, so I'm going to leave it down there so you guys can check it out. So if you guys haven't heard of BetterHelp before, it is an online platform that actually connects you with a therapist. So you can go ahead and go online. It is remote, so you just go online, you fill out a survey talking about like your needs and everything like that, and they're going to connect you to a therapist that they think best suits your needs. And they can do that within as little as a few days, which is great because if you're really feeling overwhelmed or the need to speak to someone, then you can get that help a little bit sooner. And it is online, which is great because you don't have to feel that pressure of going into an office where you might run into someone or you have to go out and you don't feel comfortable. That's why online is such a great option and you don't have to deal with all those additional stressors. So you can click the link in my description and get 10% off your first month of BetterHelp and see if you like it and if doing online therapy is something for you. I was very overwhelmed and stressed, and I would like cry, and Brandon would try to like help me and be like, what's wrong? Like, what can I do for you? And I'm like, I don't even know. I don't know what's wrong. I remember just like literally just like crying, like sobbing for no, like not for no reason. Obviously there was a reason. It was like everything all together was kind of the reason. So that was a little bit difficult. So what I did was I actually ended up telling my midwives about this. Honestly debated not telling them, but luckily it just came up in conversation and I had mentioned it. So gave me resources, but it was really intimidating and like nerve-wracking to talk about. I had definitely like Googled some stuff and I just felt kind of ashamed to be in this state of like unhappiness while having like one of the best things ever and like something that I wanted so badly. So I was conflicted as to why I felt this way. But when speaking to someone, they told me how it is common, it is normal, it's okay to feel this way, like that type of thing. And I spoke to a lot of moms of two, and they kind of validated my feelings and just like made me feel more comfortable and seen, like it wasn't just something I was going through. I feel like I'm a pretty big advocate for getting help and mental health and everything like that when anyone else is dealing with it, but when it comes down to myself, I'm definitely a little bit more tough on myself. And I contemplated not speaking to someone, not getting help, and I'm so glad I did. So like I said, if you do feel like you're watching this video and you might need that extra help, then I highly recommend it. Even if you're thinking like, oh no, I don't, maybe it is worth just talking to someone. Even if it's not a therapist, there's anyone close to you that you can talk to about that and like how you're feeling that can relate to you or just validate your feelings, then I highly recommend doing that. I will say, after speaking to someone, it's almost like instantly it went away, just because I felt like, okay, I'm not alone and these feelings are normal, and I didn't feel as guilty for feeling that way. I feel like I didn't really expect those emotions. Okay, this next one is kind of a touchy subject. I don't know, I never really struggled with huge like body image issues. I've always been a fairly tiny person, or I guess the way that I would struggle with them was the opposite of what I've been feeling lately. So before, I would always feel like I was too skinny or too whatever, this or that. Now I feel like I have gained some extra weight. Obviously I'm pregnant, and with my first, I was totally fine with that. You know, I'm like, I'm growing a human, it's fine. Going into my first pregnancy, I was very active. So my body had a lot of muscle and not a lot of fat, whereas physical activity wasn't like my main focus. I was still active, but not like as active as I was when I was first pregnant with my daughter. I feel like my baseline was a little bit different, and then throughout my pregnancy I have obviously gained weight, and I haven't been as active as I would have liked to be. In the beginning it was difficult, it was a lot faster. I felt like my clothes didn't fit me a lot sooner. I didn't feel as cute or glowy in this pregnancy as I did with my daughter. That was kind of difficult for me. And then as I got bigger, I feel like I had a lot of comments from people saying like, oh, you're bigger than you ever were with your daughter, or I feel like you got bigger so much faster, which is totally normal because they say like every pregnancy you kind of, your body knows what to do, you get bigger faster, whatever. I was fine with that, but when people are saying like, oh, you're bigger than you've ever been with your daughter, I'm like, so are you saying I'm 9 months pregnant? Like I look like I'm 9 months pregnant already? Things like that I didn't love. Who would love that? And again, when I was pregnant with my first, most people weren't really going out or doing anything, so I didn't really see that many people, so I never really had any comments on my body. But there's always like those few people who, I don't know why, just say things to say things. I was at the doctor's office and this lady asked for my due date, and then she goes, oh, must be a big one in there. I was like, thank you so much. That is definitely the exact right thing to say to somebody who is pregnant. If people are making comments about you or your body, just know that it has nothing to do with you, honestly. But some insecurities I've had is my bump is definitely, now it's very round and everything like that, but I just feel a lot larger. A lot of my pregnancy clothes don't fit. I've been buying a lot more clothes than I did with my last pregnancy. And again, my clothes didn't fit like sooner. My legs have definitely gotten a lot bigger. I have just been doing some walking and stuff like that, and even that has been a little bit more difficult. My belly definitely feels really heavy. As long as I'm happy and baby's happy, that's all that matters. So I'm trying not to focus on what my body looks like, because my body is doing amazing things and growing a human. So just some people have silly little opinions. Next thing we're gonna talk about is just being like tired overall, fatigue. And I remember being tired with my first pregnancy, especially first trimester, body's doing all the new things. But I have been so fatigued. And we've had a busy summer, so I feel like that's probably adding to it. But it's just adding to a little bit of my stress because I haven't been able to do all of the things that I want to do. This is Mia's summer. We had a Mia trip, we had a baby moon, which I was really happy that we got to do. But I definitely didn't expect to be this tired or like feel like I just like don't have the energy to do a lot of things. I was really surprised at that for some reason. Although when I say it, it doesn't like, it's like, duh, you're pregnant. But I don't know. I feel like I had so much energy with Mia. I was like pumped, you know. So it's been interesting trying to figure and like trying to navigate everything. I feel a little bit guilty about not doing my work, or like filming certain things or doing certain things. But again, we're just trying to truck on through, and hopefully there'll be more baby videos and everything like that for you guys to see very soon, before baby arrives. Something else that I didn't expect was picking a name would be so difficult. We kind of struggled with picking Mia's name, but picking a baby number 2's name has been a big struggle in our journey, our pregnancy journey. We just cannot agree on a name. Like, I feel like second is harder because you want it to go with your first child's name. So with Mia, we did MM, like Mia Mims. So then with that, we're like, do we continue the M's? There's like so many M names. We need to like the M name. There's 2 of us deciding obviously what to name the child. So names that I like, he doesn't necessarily like. So that's been actually something that I didn't think would be this difficult. Oh my gosh, fatigue. So yeah, picking a name has been hard, and we had names from like when Mia was a baby, but then like the popularity of them has become so crazy that we're like, oh, we don't really want to use those anymore. And I feel like with the internet, picking a name is so difficult. There's so many options, but then also you just think like every name is so popular because you've seen it all over the internet, but it's not necessarily that popular. So yeah, we've been struggling with trying to pick a name. That is something I definitely did not expect to be that difficult. Another thing I didn't expect was to actually enjoy our baby moon as much as I did. So with Mia, we didn't have a baby moon because that time, it was 2020, we didn't really get to do any traveling. We went and we did a baby moon without Mia. Like, it was just me and Brandon, and we did it kind of like last minute, and I was like already stressed about other things. So I didn't really think that I was going to be able to enjoy myself just because I was like, we have so much to do. But it was actually so nice to kind of just like go relax and like chill out. So I highly recommend, if you are debating about doing a baby moon, just do it. It doesn't matter how much stuff you have going on. It is necessary for you and your partner just to reconnect, to discuss more things. Like, we got to talk about how excited we were about Mia becoming a big sister, reminisce on Mia as a baby, and just kind of like hang out by the beach or whatever vacation you prefer. But obviously we picked a very relaxing vacation because it was a baby moon, so that was really fun. And then also for Mia, we did a big sissy trip or like type of thing, and she got to go to Disney. That was exhausting for me, but she enjoyed herself, and I knew that trip was going to be like so tiring. But the baby moon, 10 out of 10, highly recommend. I feel like that was just great. Even just doing like a little weekend away or something. We only went for 4 days, I think, and it was a perfect amount of time. I missed Mia, but I was also happy that we got to go and just like relax a little bit. And the last thing, I guess, that I can think of right now at least, is I didn't expect to be so nostalgic about like infancy. I feel like I remember everything so vividly from when Mia was born. I'm very excited for this new phase, and although I knew I was going to be excited, I didn't think I'd be this excited. I'm very excited to like experience motherhood in a different light. I think it'll be a little bit better because I know what I'm doing, and I'm not like, I don't have that added pressure of like what the heck is going on. Whereas with Mia, we were just figuring it all out. So I'm very excited for that, to experience another little squishy baby and like to know what it already feels like to love something like that. Something I didn't expect was how many parents of 2 would tell me how difficult it is. I think that majority of people who have 2 kids have said it is very difficult versus saying that it's not difficult. We're hoping that we're in the other boat and it's not as difficult as people are saying. But regardless, we're preparing for all ends of it. So we're very excited either way, and very blessed and happy to be in the situation that we're in right now. But yeah, that was kind of some things I didn't expect. I got a little deep emotional, but yeah, I just wanted to touch base on that, because if you're feeling any of those type of ways, just know it is totally normal. At least I have felt that way as well, and pretty much the moms that I've spoken to have felt the same way. We can all relate on some level of whether you're stressed, you're not feeling cute about your body, people are giving crazy comments about your body that are unnecessary. If you see a pregnant person, just tell them they look good. But yeah, anyways, that is everything. If you guys want to check out BetterHelp, like I said, it'll be in the description down below if you need someone to talk to. But I hope this video at least helped you a little bit and made you feel like your feelings are valid and you're not alone in feeling some type of way, because I too have felt that type of way. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. I will leave the link for BetterHelp down below. Hopefully you'll be seeing more pregnant videos of me. We have a lot of videos coming. We have to do baby's room. We redid Mia's room. There's a lot of content that needs to be edited, and this is probably just going to add to my stress, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. But I will see you guys in my next video. I love you, and remember to be kind to each other. Bye!